I don't know if you saw, but there was a devastating mass stabbing in Las Vegas just in the last day. 2 people have been killed and 6 have been wounded, including a number of what are known as showgirls who work on the Vegas Strip after this mass stabbing. A man has been taken into custody. By the way, 6 people remain in treatment for wounds suffered during the attack, 3 of them being critically injured. And we now know something about allegedly why this attack happened. A witness who said the injured showgirls work for her told 13 Action News the suspect told a group of women he was a chef and asked to take a picture with them. When they declined, he stabbed them. He began to stab people at multiple locations, apparently a mix of locals and tourists. People believe he used a large kitchen knife to carry out the attacks. And witnesses said some of them were showgirls taking photos, some were people taking photos with other showgirls, but multiple people have already died tragically from this attack. And there's a lot that we don't know. So let's not jump ahead of our knowledge about this guy or his history or whatever. But it feels like other forms of misogynistic mass violence that we've seen over the past few years, Jessica.
Yeah, absolutely. Quite familiar with the online incels who are deeply misogynistic. And this might seem like a weird argument to make. Someone who's been like the victim of this targeted, violence and harassment from this group of people who is very online. They are very lonely. These people need support and care. So what's going wrong here is these people are very lonely. They understand that in our patriarchal capitalist society, they don't really meet the beauty standards for men, right? They're not attractive men. They're very lonely. They grow to project their anger with that circumstance onto women. If you're in that position, your enemy is also the capitalist patriarchy who created these standards for men. And so I really think we can win the incels over if we make the case to them that we both have a vested interest in dismantling these systems. As much as they direct their hatred towards me, I would like to take that hatred and direct it towards the root cause.
100%, yeah, stay at arm's distance at least, please, while doing that. But yeah, look, I agree. There's the radical, I don't know if it's 1% or 10% or 30% of the incels that are, I think, beyond much. I mean, they're spending their days fantasizing about murdering people and raping people. The incel communities are full of that sort of stuff. It's not just allowed but applauded. It's a big part of the culture. But I agree that there are many others that theoretically can and should be saved. It's one of the reasons why on this show we talk so much about masculinity, and in particular, the way that those sorts of people are victimized by right-wing grifters that see their loneliness and weaponize it and monetize it. They make them worse. They keep them lonely. They keep them separated from support structures so that they can turn their time and attention into money and views or whatever. And the difficulty is that there is this strain in the incel community of sort of willful self-destruction. Many of these people are not trying to get out of their state. They seem to have resigned themselves to it. And so simply identifying that listening to Ben Shapiro or Jordan Peterson is not gonna help you. It's gonna actively make your situation worse. That is unfortunately a difficult case to make to them because they don't seem to really care that they're making themselves worse. But a lot of more attention and time needs to go into this. I wish that we had more time to debate some of the online conversations I've been following about how you pull people away from this. But it effectively, it is like a cult, and there needs to be attention put to some form of deprogramming, I think. People's lives are literally on the line. For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thedamagereport. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.